February 1st, 2017. I'm not at my regular stuff. I'm actually at a friend's apartment. Tired as hell. Don't feel like doing nothing. I'm just trying to start doing daily vlogs, I guess. And this is new, so screw it. Anyway, I was here last Friday, I think it was, maybe Thursday. Anyway, I helped him out a lot. He bought the building in Stockton, and it's in sad shape. It's had a major roach infestation, and we're trying to get rid of them. But he had a guy come in and put laminate wood floors down. Guy did an okay job, but he did stupid stuff. Rather than cut around the door casing, he left a gap at the bottom of it and then put quarter round molding into the doorway. And stupid to do it like that. But anyway, that's what he chose to do. But one of the things he did was that bar that's in the closet, that's supposed to be there. When he was starting to work in here, he took the bar and put it in the kitchen behind the water heater and forgot where he put it. So he went and brought another bar to be put in there, but it had to be cut down. And I'm like, I really don't feel like cutting this. And I took a look, and sure enough, it was where I figured it would probably be. So got that taken care of. The guy did a lot of stupid stuff. In here, in the one bedroom here, I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but he's not very good at this laying these laminate floors. He does not know what he's doing. He did okay for the most part, but then in some areas he just did a horrible job. When you're doing a laminate wood floor, you take one piece and you can cut it in half, whatever, flip it upside down, and then you trim the door casings at the bottom and the door trim with a multi-tool so that that piece of laminate will fit up under it. And you use the thickness of the laminate as a guide. This guy didn't do that. And it doesn't come out near as good when you don't do that. But anyway, he tried to make up for it using quarter round. And I'm not mad at him. Frustrated, yes. But anyway, the guy was supposed to paint the apartment. He did a decent job painting it, but he used a lot of paint. And it's like, my buddy had to come back and look, and he's like, you got to go over this with another coat of paint, dude. I can still see the original paint through the paint, through the new stuff. So the guy redid it. Did a very, very sloppy job in the one bedroom still. Matter of fact, when I was in there doing changing out one of the light fixtures, you could see, you can't see it now because the lighting's not as good, or he has repainted, but you could see streaks where he didn't get the paint on very heavy. As a matter of fact, I can still see it, but it won't show up in the camera. So the guy didn't fix that, but what can you do? But anyway, today's job for him, my buddy, put new laminate flooring over the old stuff. And there was some kind of leak, and water got all over the floor in the kitchen, ran over to the doorway between the kitchen and living room. So now that particle board underneath there has gotten wet and it's saturated. I uncovered the stuff that was peeling up, and it just stank. So what can I do? I'm going to do what he's wanting me to do. Just put the laminate down as is. Don't like doing it like that, but hey, it's just one of these things. Here yesterday, I guess it was, I helped him at another building over there by where I live change out a water heater. It hadn't gone out yet, but it was showing signs that it was going to let go anytime. So rather than wait for it to go out, he went ahead and bought a new one. I helped him put it in. Took us an hour and a half at most, just to finish everything. Hell, we probably would have done it in less than an hour, except for he had to run to Home Depot and pick up a couple of items. But anyway, in here in the kitchen, the guy was supposed to paint the cabinets, the lower cabinets. Well, he told the manager, because my buddy wasn't here, that my buddy was going to tear out the lower cabinets and replace them, which was a lie. They look pretty rough, but the guy was supposed to paint them, and he didn't paint them very much. He painted the outside, but not the inside. So, as soon as my buddy finishes putting the countertop on, I will probably rush up here and paint the inside the best I can, and then come back and do the linoleum. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But this place here, it needs a lot more work than what even he's wanting to put into it. And he's good about doing the work right. And it's just to do the work like in the kitchen that needs done, it would take him several more weeks. Because now he has to take out he'd have to take out the floor in there, which means he has to take out the cabinets and the water heater and just a bunch of BS. And he just don't have the time for it right now, or the money to put into that one apartment that soon. So probably what he'll do is we'll do the linoleum, and then after the next tenant moves out, he'll come in and pull up the floor in the kitchen and do it correctly, replace the cabinets, that kind of stuff. I don't like doing it like that. He don't like doing it like that, but that's what he's got to do. So, just found out I got to take the old lady to her surgeon, the guy who operated on her knee. She had very bad arthritis, and her knee was almost completely gone. He didn't realize how bad it was until he did surgery and got in there, and then he's like, holy cow, this is even worse than the x-rays and MRI showed. So it was a good thing she had the surgery. Problem is, it creates issues for me because I have work to do, but I have to take days off to took her to the hospital, had to pick her up, have to do this, have to do that. It's frustrating, especially when you got a full schedule. And then at one of my buildings, my regular boss, who I'm getting tired of working for, he had work while I'm talking. He had taken the I'm trying to think. He has one building I work at for him, and the one of the tenants was having a leak running into their one bedroom over the above the window, and he already had one guy that was supposed to fix it, and the guy didn't fix it right. He didn't even fix the leak. He didn't even try. And hang on one second. Okay, I'm back. Anyway, he didn't even try to fix it right. So I had to come back and complete the job. Very, very unhappy because the guy had told him it was already done. But anyway, okay. I went in there, thought the windows were what was leaking above him, so we went ahead and siliconed around all the windows and vent openings and stuff on that side of the building. And that wasn't the issue, apparently, because it was still leaking. Tried everything we could think of, and finally I told my boss, he says, I think it's on the roof. He says, okay, take a look up there and see what you find. So I went up there and I looked around. I'm like, well, the roof needs to be resealed, period. He's like, well, I had somebody go up there and reseal it a couple of years ago because it was leaking. So I explained to him, well, apparently what they used wasn't the right stuff because it's all cracked and split. And they use this elastomeric roof coating, which you put that on over a roof that does not leak, is what that is. It doesn't fix the leaks permanently, so it started leaking again. And I told him this, and he delayed the work on it so long that the guy finally had enough mold on his wall that he got all over my boss about it. And then my boss is on me about it. I'm like, hey, I told you this. So he's like, well, where's the leak? And he's thinking it's windows. And I had to argue with him to get him to understand I had sealed around all the windows. There's no way it's the windows. So finally he accepted it's got to be the roof. So he says, okay, go get what you need to fix the roof. So I go in and I get this asphalt emulsion, which is water-based. And it really needs a couple of days to fully cure. He doesn't want to wait till it quits raining. He wants to do it between rainstorms. So I go up there and put it on as thin as I can, but that stuff's hard to spread out and get thin. But it will seal the roof. So did that and went back down, and it rained that night. And the thicker stuff it got moved. And it settled in other areas, but the thin stuff that I put down, it stayed. It had enough time to dry, so no big deal there. We were happy with that. But anyway, it still leaked a little bit, but he only wanted to let me get 2 buckets for a 100-foot by 30-foot building. And that's not enough. You know, buckets, they say they'll do like 100 square feet per bucket. And that's putting it on super thick. Thicker than most people are going to. So I went ahead and did his one coat or area over that window and got it to stop leaking for the most part. And then the tenants complained because the mold's getting worse. And my boss comes back at me. And I'm like, dude, I can't do anything if it's still leaking. I can fix the wall and it's going to come back. So after arguing with him for a good 45 minutes over this, finally he tells me to go ahead and get what I need to fix the roof to completely do the roof. So I went back and got 6 more buckets of paint at $50. Yeah, about $50 a bucket. And went up there and sealed the roof. Well, the mold was bad in the 1 bedroom of this guy's apartment. So he's like, I talked to him. I said, okay, we need to open this up and see how bad it is. So I went there and opened it up and discovered it was just the insides of the walls are saturated because of how long it had been leaking. So I told the guy, I says, this needs to stay open for about a week so it can dry out. You know, it really should. And he's like, oh, okay, that's cool, you know. Go ahead and leave it open and everything. And I went ahead and I told him, I says, because you got animals and we don't want them getting in there, I'll take some pieces of 2x4 to act as spacers so that air can get in there, but the animals can't. And that was only last Friday, whatever. But anyway, I turn around. The guy goes and calls my boss again today and saying he's upset because I exposed him to more mold by opening up that wall and leaving it open like I am. He's playing games. Finally, I just told my boss, I'm done with this guy. I'm not messing with his apartment anymore. I'm done. You'll have to find somebody else. He's playing too many games and I'm tired of it. I'm not taking that responsibility. And my boss hasn't answered me again. So he thinks I'm playing games. But I sent him a text and that's it. So I'm back to work. Catch y'all later. Maybe another video today, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. See what happens. Bye.